broke down how the African slave trade really got going. Basically, it was in, just going on to the topic in the book. What it is the Spanish, they were using the Indians, the Amerindians, right, that they brought from Mexico. They were using those folks to boost their economy. And they were having them in mines and on the sugarcane field. But the problem was those folks were dying out because of diseases and the harsh treatment. And so from that experience is where they start bringing in blacks, because there was a law that was put in place because of the harsh treatment against the Amerindians. And it made it illegal for them to enslave the Amerindians. And so they substituted the Amerindians as blacks. Now, having said that, what I also found out in the book, that during that slave trade era, that was in the 1500s, there was a shipwreck that occurred. And some of the blacks made it to the American shores, just like the blacks in Belize, the one they call Garifuna, and they were living in the American shores. And so when the Europeans finally started coming to the American shores, those blacks, because of their ability to speak languages, was what they were using to communicate with the Native Americans and to free the captured whites who were shipwrecked on the American shores. So the first encounter of blacks on American shores was not from slavery. Pretty interesting stuff. All of that is in that book. And that was just the first. I flip through it every day, look at one page, and there's some good stuff that we learned. So for young people, that's some good stuff. What I do with my daughter, I make her go to the book, and then she read one stuff, and then she got to write a report on it. Because you're not going to get this information in school. All right, so I'm going to bring something from the book every Saturday.
We're also traveling from Africa to places like Mexico, where you find there's certain figures in Mexico today, but they wasn't as slave at those times. Yeah.
Absolutely, and blacks were going to Europe in the 1500s as ambassadors,
right.
Not slaves, as dignitaries. A lot of people don't know that either. Because
so you see the almond heads and stuff like that in Mexico today.
Absolutely. So that was it's pretty stimulating when we look at our history and our culture. So, what happened in school this week? Tell me something, educators. You went to school, we didn't.
Nothing really, nothing, just learned about the Spartans.
Hey, speak up, please.
Yeah, you gotta speak up.
Speak up.
Learned about the Spartans.
The Spartans. What about the Spartans?
How they had the best military in that time.
You think so? You think that's what it was? Really? All right, so I owe you some information to counter that. To let you know the Spartans did not have the best military in those times.
Nope.
No, they didn't.
No.
You follow me? All right, so
all time?
you might want to write that down so you remind me
Right.
about the Spartans and the best military of all times. So we provide you information next Saturday that counters that information.
They use Zulu tactics.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Even what the military using today
It's
into
still
their
Zulu tactics.
exactly.
That's
What the
what it
military
is.
doing today,
All
they're using it
military
from
fighting and
Africa.
everything is used from Zulu tactics.
Exactly.
The Spartans used their shield, right, as a weapon as well, right? The shield and the trussing and the short sword. Okay, that was invented by Shaka Zulu.
Shaka Zulu. That's right.
All right, so we're gonna bring you that information.
Right.
So when you go back to school, and if they're talking about that, don't challenge it. You can just introduce it. You can say, hey, you heard when you came to Shanghai Bomber Roots weekend rites of passage, we mentioned this.
Because the military places like West Point and those places today are using Shaka Zulu method. They're studying it into there and teaching it to the soldiers. Guerrilla warfare, like with the Maroons in Jamaica in the hills, they're the original ones with the trees and everything around them. They put all the grass and trees and they blend in with the elements. So all they did was just lay there, and when the British troops come, they just slew them. So you see the military today put all